Hi all, welcome back to the channel. Okay, in the last video we talked about Apple's age verification hitting the UK quite unannounced really, after them initially saying that it was a mistake in the beta version. They rolled out the full version in 26.4. Everybody who updated to 26.4 is now required to do age verification. Some people said that they were not asked for age verification in the UK because their Apple account was old enough for them to know that they were over 18. You know, they had Apple account was 18 years old maybe, or some of them had credit cards attached to their accounts, which obviously you can't get a credit card till you're 18 years old. So good for them. It does not change the fact that this dystopian measure is coming into being. Now we had I just want to go through some of the comments to hit back on what people are saying. This guy says, blame your insane government, not Apple. I have the good fortune of being a citizen of the US. This guy says, this will not be coming to the US. Never in 1,000 years will it come to the US. The UK is oceaneer. Please stop comparing it to the US. Okay, well, if we go in here, we can see here we've got congress.gov, HR 8250, Parents Decide Act. This is currently going through Congress, and you can see it says Section 2, required age verification for users of operating systems. This is all operating systems to create age verification. This is a bill that is currently going through the United States Senate and Congress, etc. So if you think you're safe because you're in the US, think again. Certainly you should be contacting your local representatives and asking them to do something about this. Like I said, Apple brought this in 26.4. Now, I talked about a workaround where you can sign up to an Apple account from outside of the UK. I used one from Peru to show you how it would work. Now, the downside to that is you can no longer access if you use Apple TV, or if you've got iTunes purchases that you've made in the past or apps and stuff like that, you can't access it. Well, but there is a workaround for this. Like I said, it's not a solution, it's a workaround. I'm going to go through that in this video. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go through how you set up this family group, and then I'm going to go through some other things to show you how you can actually set up parental controls yourself as a parent. One person said, so it's so children can't access 18 plus sites on their iPhone. What's the problem with that? Now, there is a problem with that. It's because the government's trying to control it. And the fact is that there are already parental controls built into every iPhone and every phone, for that matter, that are on the market. And in fact, the parental controls that Apple put into the iPhone have been around for 25 years plus. And I'm going to show you in a second on a very old machine. This computer in front of you, if you're under the age of 30, you probably have no idea what this is. I purchased this computer for my nieces. I wanted my nieces, this is before the iPhone, I wanted my nieces to grow up knowing Macintosh computers, and I set up 2 accounts for my nieces and an administrator account, which I gave to my sister, and this allowed them to use the internet. They were very young at the time. I think they were like 5 and 4 or something like that. Very young at the time. My sister didn't want them on the internet, so I said, well, I'll set this thing up for you. It's got parental controls on it. This was 20 years ago. So I booted it up today for the first time in probably, I don't know, 15 more years. And you can see here, it's having trouble getting to YouTube because it's in a locked account. It's one of my niece's locked accounts. So it's asking me to upgrade to a new web browser. When I try to do that and I click on this, look what it says. Safari is limited by parental controls. Sorry about the flickering, but it's a CRT monitor. This is life in the early 2000s. It says Safari can't open the page, Mozilla, because a bookmark with Mozilla is not in your bookmarks bar. To return to the page you were viewing, click go back, blah, 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 blah. To add this to your bar, you need the administrator password. And this is where my sister would come in. My nieces would say, they say, Mom, we need to access this thing. Once she's okayed it, she puts in the password and the account, and then they can go and access that. That was 20 years ago. That's parental controls for computers. And this is nothing new. Like I said, it's 20 years old, and the iPhone has this now. You go to content and privacy restrictions. you turn on restrictions, you go to App Store, Media, Webs and Games, and it tells you in here what kind of music that they can download, clean versions only, what kind of movies they can have. You can set it exactly to what you want, PG, books, explicit, clean, apps. You can set that to whatever age you want, 13, you know, and you can go through the whole thing. Web content, limited, adult websites only, approved websites, or unrestricted. Limit adult websites sounds like a good one. And you can set that up as granular as you want. And then there's a load of other stuff in here. You can allow them to download from the App Store or not. You can allow them to only download apps that are you know, under the age of 18, etc., etc. Why you need the government to get involved in this is complete mystery. It's obviously not for children. It's for mass surveillance because they want you to upload your IDs to all these companies that have been hacked. The EU just created the digital ID system. It was hacked within 2 minutes. Any data that might have been shared on there would have been compromised very quickly. A lot of people asking, what's the problem with this stuff? The problem is you have to hand over sensitive details. And don't forget, once you've handed over your driving license or your passport or your biometric data and it's stolen by someone else, you can't reset it. So we've created an account here in the UK. As you can see, it's asking for age verification. This is 26.4 that's running on this phone. You can see it won't allow you to look at anything that's 18 plus until you've verified your age. This can be through a credit card or a personal, you know, sensitive driving license or other form of ID that you should not be uploading to the internet. Now, one of the questions that came up in the previous video was, can you use a VPN to bypass the age verification? So we're going to show you that now. All right, you can see the age confirmation is right there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the App Store. We're going to download a VPN. And we're going to see if we can bypass the age verification with a VPN. All right, so we're connected to the US. You can see we're now connected to New York in the United States. So if we go back, we go back to here, you can still see, even though we're using a VPN for the US, it still wants me to confirm. And the reason behind that is because the age verification is at the operating system level. So it doesn't matter what you use in terms of VPNs. It bypasses that. And also, Apple software already bypasses your VPN on your phone. If you ever wonder how you can have a VPN set to New York, say when you're in the UK, but your sat-nav still knows where you are to give you directions, that's because it's bypassing your VPN. So only certain things go through the VPN. The only way you can bypass with the VPN is to use Wi-Fi for your phone to connect to, which is already on a VPN. But even so, once you set this up with your iCloud account, if your iCloud account is registered in the UK, you will get the age verification. It's all about the iCloud account. Now, one of the things that you can do is to get around this. You're not really getting around it, but what you can do is you can go into your iCloud account and you can sign out. Sign out, but don't erase. And obviously you've got to disable some valuable services here, like Find My iPhone. And if you use iMessage, you won't be able to use iMessage. Once you have downloaded the apps that you need, obviously, because you're going to obviously need to put apps on your phone. Once you download the apps, you can log out and the age verification goes away. That shows you how it is directly connected to your iCloud account. This is why if you set up an iCloud account in another country that doesn't currently require age verification, then you won't see it, even if you're in the UK when you set it up. As you can see, it's gone. the age verification setting has gone because the iCloud account has been logged out. Obviously, the problem there now is that you can't download any apps, right? And you can't watch if you're fully immersed in the Apple world like I am with Apple TV Plus, and you know, you've bought movies through iTunes over the years and music and stuff like that. You won't be able to access any of the stuff that requires your ID. So that is kind of a workaround. It's not a great one, but that is one of them. All right, so on the left phone here, I've logged in with a US account, which I created earlier, and you can see there's no age verification at the moment. And what I'm going to do is, the problem with having an account in the US is if you want to go into the App Store and you want to buy an app, not that many apps are actually for sale anymore. If you want to buy stuff from the iTunes Store or whatever apps, all of the prices will be, if I can find one that actually charges these days, all the prices will be in dollars. So you won't be able to, I can't find anything that is, it's all in-app purchases now. But you know what I mean. If you want to buy something, you need to have a credit card or a debit card attached to your account. There you go, $5.99 is a price there for an app. Obviously, it's not going to work because you have a UK account. So what you can do is, there is a way around this. What you can do is you can actually add your new account, your US account. You can add it as a family member. You create a family on your original account. You add that new account as a family member. You're going to add the account as a family account, and now this iPhone is now is a family invitation has come in here, and if I say join family, this account is now connected to my original account, right? Now, I know what you're thinking, that still doesn't help me. I'm still in US dollars. I still don't have access to the App Store. If you use Apple TV, obviously it's not going to show on here because you're in the US store, right? But what you can do is you could go into your account in the Apple ID, and you can change the country in the Apple Store, should I say. So you can go in and you can change the country in the Apple TV app or the store account to the UK, and then you suddenly are back in the UK store and you can make purchases. Now you're probably thinking, well, I'm still not going to have a credit card connected or a debit card connected. It's not a problem, because when you're a member of a family, pay for something through the store, it's already a charge to your original account. So that is a workaround for the age verification to get you back in the UK store. It also works in the App Store as well. Now the downside to this is that Apple already onto it. 26.4, this works perfectly. If you're still on 26.4, you updated and then you found out about the age verification, you can set this up and you can run it as long as you don't upgrade the operating system to the 26.4.1. Apple already got onto it and they changed it, they updated it in 26.4.1. And as soon as you log into that UK store, you get the age verification coming through on 26.4.1. Now, as I mentioned in the last video, the whole of the age verification, it says UK law requires you to confirm you are an adult to change content restrictions. This is a lie. That's why I called it Apple's big lie. The truth is that the UK Online Safety Act only requires that service providers like Tinder, Reddit, pornography platforms, etc. perform age verification, not mobile operating systems like iOS. That is the lie. It is not true. So as you can see, Apple is now a surveillance provider, if you like. They are surveilling all of their customers that have paid over £1,000 for a new phone, and they're now surveilling them unless they send sensitive information to Apple, which I won't be doing. This is probably going to be my last iPhone, the one I just bought, a 17 Pro. I don't actually use it that much, to be honest, as a phone. I use it more as a camera or video camera. I'll be continue to use it like that and not as a phone. My private phone will be switching to Graphene OS, and I won't be spending any more money with Apple. I'm a 30-year plus Apple customer, but this is coming to an end unless this is reversed. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it interesting. Let me know in the comments what you think, and we'll talk about it there. All right, bye-bye.